Good morning. Happy Friday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Luke, Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 6. And I'm reading from the NLT, the New Living Translation. Here's what it says. Jesus entered Jericho and made his way through the town. There was a man there named Zacchaeus. He was the chief tax collector in the region, and he had become very rich. He tried to get a look at Jesus, but he was too short to see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree beside the road, for Jesus was going to pass that way. When Jesus came by, he looked up at Zacchaeus and called him by name. Zacchaeus, he said, quick, come down. I must be a guest in your home today. Zacchaeus quickly climbed down and took Jesus to his house in great excitement and joy. An act of desperation. There are actually two acts of desperation in this passage. The one we tend to focus on is Zacchaeus. He was so desperate to see Jesus that he ran ahead, found out where Jesus was going to be, and because he was so short, remember the old Sunday school song? Because he was so short, he climbed a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus. He was desperate to see Jesus. Now, if Zacchaeus had any kind of plan in his head of what he was going to say, I don't know. I think he probably did, but don't know 100% for sure. What we do know for sure is that Zacchaeus did everything he could to get into the presence of Jesus. That's one act of desperation in this passage. Did you catch the other? Let me read it. Verse 5. When Jesus came by, he looked up at Zacchaeus and called him by name. Zacchaeus, he said, quick, come down. I must be a guest in your home today. Zacchaeus wasn't the only one that had an act of desperation. Jesus had an act of desperation. Zacchaeus, I must be a guest in your home today. As desperate as Zacchaeus was to see Jesus, oh, this is so good. Zacchaeus had a guest that wanted to be just as desperate. Jesus was just as desperate to be in Zacchaeus' life as Zacchaeus was to just at least see Jesus. Here's your word from the Word. One, we need to get desperate. We need to set everything aside and get ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Forget what people say. Zacchaeus was made fun of. He was called worse than short. He was made terribly fun of for all that he was trying to do to get a hold of Jesus. Zacchaeus, you're just a tax collector. Nobody likes you. You're unholy. You're unclean. Zacchaeus didn't care. All that was important to him was getting in the presence of Jesus. But here's the amazing thing of it all. The one thing we don't tend to talk about. Jesus was just as desperate to be in the presence of Zacchaeus. Do you know why? Because Jesus loved him so much. He wanted fellowship with Zacchaeus. Do we need to get desperate? You bet we do. We need to get desperate that nothing in this life, nothing that anybody would say, no circumstances around us would stop us from getting into the presence of the Lord. But I guarantee you 1000% that Jesus is just as desperate to be in fellowship with you. Let both acts of desperation occur in your life today. Don't let anything stop you. Jesus desperately wants to commune with you, wants to fellowship with you, wants to spend time with you. Don't let anything get in the way of that happening today. This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing weekend. And I will tell you now, I'm not sure if I will see you Monday or not, but if I don't see you Monday, I will definitely see you Tuesday morning. God bless you.